We'll start with the Dhyana Shloka of Patanjali. Yogena Chittasya Padena Vacham Malam Sharirasya Cha Vaidyakena Yopakarotam Pravaram Muninam Patanjalim Pranjaliranatosmi Abahu Purushakaram Shankachakradharinam Sahasrasirasam Shvetam Pranamami Patanjalim Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. So we have seen about the Chitta Vrittis and Chitta Vritti Nirodhanartham Yogaha. Yoga is there for the Chitta Vritti Nirodha to bring a stoppage of these different modifications of the mind. Is what we have seen. And now I told you in the second chapter, which is Sadhana Pada. First chapter, Patanjali talks about Chitta Vrittis and Chitta Vritti Nirodha. And to attain the Chitta Vritti Nirodha, the path of twofold path of Abhyasa and Vairagya, he suggests. Yesterday we saw what is Abhyasa, a long-term, well-grounded practice, which is substantiated by the dispassion, the discriminative power of Vairagya. Abhyasa Vairagyabhyam Tannirodha is what is seen. Having said it, he goes on to say what are the different Chitta Vrittis and how to get rid of them through the Abhyasa Vairagya path. Second chapter, Sadhana Pada, the first aspect that Patanjali deals with is the threefold path of Kriya Yoga. I had already told Kriya Yoga is Tapas, Swadhyaya, Ishvara Pranidhana. Tapas, endurance, austerity, endurance of the hardships. Life is not always bed of roses. It has ups and downs, good, the pleasant, and the unpleasant. Happiness and misery, sorrow. It is to endure even the unpleasant thing, which may look unpleasant now, but the long term, you slowly learn to endure this pain, even when, for example, simple thing, yoga asana, when you're doing, it is not so easy. But then once your body is set to it and you start reaping the benefits of it, then you can't stop it. So such things, even studies, doing this course, you thought only weekend we will do. Now this fellow has started on the weekdays also 1 hour. That too, every night 1 hour, 9 to 10, before going to sleep, listening to all those. Then you go to sleep. Earlier you would have had wonderful dreams. Now all your dreams are only Chitta Vrittis, Antaraya, Klesha, all these are only there. So this is the trouble which you are undergoing. But for what? Ultimately to become well qualified, well distinguished yoga teachers. Not the teachers who only know 1, 2, 3, 4 of asanas, but who knows even the Yoga Sutras. One who know the Hatha Yoga Pratipika. One who know about the Gita, the Veda. It is all from these roots where yoga had come. So going back to the roots, I'm so happy. In fact, I would be much more happy if Anita shares this in the group. Yesterday, Anita had shared me a video, a small short film in Hindi, wherein the main anchor, who is an author, who has authored a book, and there's a book launch for which he had invited everyone. And in a beautiful way, you can see in the video once Anita ji shares it. In a beautiful way, he tells us how blind we were towards all these roots of us. So the ancient root and its modern fruit. The modern fruit of the benefits of yoga today, what we are reaping, but definitely we all should be proud, pride. It is from the ancient roots of our Bhaiya Bharat. So having said this, so tapas, the austerity or penance, what we call penance means not just physically standing on one leg or standing on the head or anything, enduring the hardships of life for the betterment of the future. And how is it the tapas possible? When you have swadhyaya. Swadhyaya is what? Reading the scriptures, reading the textbooks under the guidance of a competent master through which you know yourself. Many people wrongly misinterpret swadhyaya as self-introspection. It is not so. Swadhyaya is a study. Study of the scriptures under the guidance of a competent master is what is called swadhyaya. This swadhyaya adds to your tapas, adds more value and meaning to your tapas. And by doing tapas, what do you do? What do you achieve? You attain Ishvara Pranidhana. Ishvara. Purusha Visheshaha Ishvara. The individualized consciousness in each one of us is called Purusha in the Sankhya Tattva. And the collective universal consciousness. There's a soul in me, there's a soul in you, there's a soul in him, the soul in her. So all put together the collective universal consciousness. As I keep telling the example of the waves and the ocean. Like we are all like the waves, the ocean ultimately, which is there from where the waves arise. That is ultimately that Ishvara, Purusha Visheshaha, the cumulative collective Purusha is called Ishvara. So Guravasya Guru, who is the Guru of all the Gurus, the master of all masters. So Kalena Anavachetaha, he is someone who cannot be destroyed or limited by the time, is beyond time, space and causation. And that supreme universal consciousness called the Ishvara, understanding that although we put all our efforts, there are limitations of the human effort. Tapasya indicates your effort, tapas. But then the more you do tapas, you will understand the limitations of the human power. Then we understand the supremacy of the divine power. Then what do you do? Ishvara Pranidhana. Like you surrender to that, to the divine will. Thy will be done. Right? So this is what everywhere the Sharanagati Tattva, the surrender. When we surrender our ego, as long as I try to do I, me, my, that selfish, when you give it up, the swartha, when you give it up, then you understand the supremacy of the divine power, the Paramatma. No doubt, we are Jivatma. Each soul is potentially divine. Vivekananda says, why are you crying? You have so much to achieve. Kim namaro dishi sake tvai sarva shaktihi amantrasya bhagavan bhagatam swarupam त्रैलोक्यमेतत् अखिलं तव पाद मूले आत्मैव हि प्रभवति न जड कदाचित्. You are not this jada, kevala, this sharira. You are atma. Aham atma gudakeshaha. Krishna says the Gita again. That atma in you, know that is me. So the divine power, divine potential is in each one. But then we also know there's a supreme divine reality called Bhagavan, Ishvara. And understanding the limitation, the human, even at the soul level also that we have, until you attain the Paramatma totally, get to that Samadhi Sthiti, till then you will have your limitation, the lack. And attaining that, is what is Ishvara Pranidhana, surrendering to that divine. This is what bhakti is. So the Kriya Yoga is nothing but tapas swadhyaya Ishvara Pranidhanani Kriya Yoga. Having said this, now you will ask, why should I do Kriya Yoga? So therefore, next sutra in the Sadhana Pada, second sutra, where Patanjali says, Klesha Tanukaranartascha, Samadhi Bhavanartascha, Klesha Tanukaranartascha. It is for the attainment of Samadhi. Why Kriya Yoga? So for the attainment of Samadhi Bhavanartha, Klesha Tanukaranartascha. So the purpose of Kriya Yoga is to nourish Samadhi Bhavana, to nourish the state of Samadhi. Already, what is Samadhi is defined in the previous first chapter of the Samadhi Pada itself. And therefore, to attain this Samadhi Sthiti, which is the ultimate state in yoga, the Kriya Yoga is prescribed. But at the same time, to attain that Samadhi, again, Kleshas, as we spoke about the Antarayas in the previous chapter, the Sahabhuva in the previous chapter, yet another list of causes of suffering, Klesha. He is giving Klesha Tanukaranartascha, to weaken the sources of the affliction or the sufferings. These are called Klesha. What are they? I call them in English as the field. You can see here in the slide something which is written on the right side called the field. So if you have to attain that state of Samadhitva, you need to play in the field. We have our young man Monish. Even now he is in the field, in the ground. He is playing there tonight. Right? So you need to play in the field. But what is this field? F-I-E-L-D. I elaborate it as F for fear, I for ignorance, E for ego, L for like, and D for dislike. It is field. What is that? That is what Patanjali says as avidya, smita, raga, dvesha, abhinivesha, kleshaha. Now repeat after me. Avidya, asmita,
Avidya,
raga,
asmita,
dvesha,
raga, dvesha,
abhinivesha. The 5 circles
abhinivesha,
what you see in the slide there. Once again, avidya,
avidya,
asmita,
asmita,
very good. Raga,
raga,
dvesha,
dvesha,
abhinivesha.
abhinivesha.
Super. So these are all the 5 klesha. In English, klesha, this is my formation of acronym. Of course, thanks to my friend, Shri Rajesh, who came up with this acronym. After with my teaching, he formed this field. So avidya, which means the lack of knowledge or insight. विद्यस्य अभावः अविद्या. जब विद्या नहीं होती है, होता है, it is avidya, ignorance, right? So that is what is the ignorance. So when you don't know something, then you have the pain of it. Right? Knowledge is that which makes you liberated, makes you feel liberated with the freedom. Ya vidya sa vimuchyate. You can attain that level of freedom, blissfulness, happiness, power when you know it. When you don't know something, you depend on someone, right? So that creates a pain, klesha. Next is asmita, the false identification with your body. Similarly, like the ahankara or the ego, what we saw, asmi means I am there. Sense of asmita here is that I am there. I am there. You should have pride of you, proud of you, the sense of belonging. Everything is important, but that should not go beyond the limit. That false identification is asmita. That is what the ego here, ego. Raga, not Rahul Gandhi. Raga, not the musical raga. Raga here means attachment. Dvesha, which means the hatred. To have over attachment towards something or somebody is also wrong. To hate everyone without a base is also wrong. We are always between these pairs of opposite likes and dislikes. Oh, I like this, I don't like this. I like him, I don't like him. If you like someone for the sake of liking that person, you like everything that he likes also. Right? So that kind of intense attachment, liking towards something or someone is raga, and that hatred, the dislike you have is dvesha. So the L and D in field. And now what is the F? Abhinivesha. Fear. The highest fear is what? Fear of death. During COVID time, just imagine, especially second wave started, how we were all in the state of the fearfulness. Right? So that fear, especially the fear of death, is abhinivesha. Clinging to the body and not wanting to let it go is also a pain. Many people suffer because of it. Yeah, I should be prepared, ready. Right? I have done whatever I could do. If I go, let me go. Swami Vivekananda had this let go bhavana when he was hardly 39 and he let the body go. I have seen exactly a year before with one of my masters of meditation, Sri Brahmarshi Pitamaha Patriji. His body had worked a lot, traveling the length and breadth of the world, giving meditative science to so many people, giving spiritual science to so many people, solace to so many people. Worked, and body had to face its end also. And the body ceased to cooperate anymore. The body stopped to cooperate anymore. He decided, no, I have done enough. I have created so many masters. Let them take care. I just want to let go of this body. Now, how many can do this easily? One of my friend, who is also a medical doctor, whose father was 90 plus, mother was also 90 plus. Even at that age, they were very happy, healthily living. We were all so happy about them. One day, uncle called me and said, Subbu Bhaiya, what did I do? What mistake I do? I said, uncle, you have been always living good. What is the mistake that you did? Nothing. You are very happy. You had such wonderful children, and one of your son is a great master of yoga, researcher, scientist. Why do you cry? No. It's so I got detected with cancer. I said, congratulations, uncle. Why do you say congratulations? You should feel sorry for me, pity on me that I'm having this cancer. You have done all that you're supposed to achieve in this world. Is there anything that you want to achieve still more? No, beta, nothing. Nothing is left. I have done everything. Then you should have already been prepared happily to let go of this body and go away. The preparedness is not there in your mind to go. Therefore, Bhagavan has sent an invitation to you. The cancer that you have got, uncle, is a visiting card of Bhagavan. You have done enough, 90 plus. Now it's time to go. Oh, how can I go? Why is this cancer coming to me? What sin I did? What mistake I did? I have been doing all. अरे आप कुछ नहीं किया. आपने इतना अच्छा काम किया ताकि आपको 90 साल के बाद कैंसर आया. How many children, just born babies, are suffering? How many youngsters suffer because of which the whole family suffer? Right? So should we not be prepared? So Abhinivesha is not being prepared to face the consequence of death. The fear of death is what is Abhinivesha. This is also something, it's not actually the disease which put you into pain. It is your non-preparedness to face it. You see with great Mahatmas, Ramakrishna Paramahamsa had throat cancer. But how did he accept it? Ramana Maharshi had cancer. All Mahatmas, though they had the physical ailments, it's all because of the prarabdha of the devotees that we give them. The collective suffering is given to the gurus. They suffer. But still in that state also, not keeping the pain, just letting it go, right? Not having the fear, oh, I will die, what happens if I die? I am not ready to face the consequence of that. No, they overcome that fear, abhinivesha. So fear is abhinivesha, ignorance is avidya, ego is asmita, like raga, dvesha is dislike. So feel or other kleshas are the cause of sufferings which we have. So mainly after understanding the klesha, we have done our part in understanding the studies of the Yoga Sutra. Already we have seen uh, the other aspects of Yoga Sutra already. So the obstacles, the symptoms, sahabhava, and everything that we have seen. So with which I stop it for now today, and we will continue tomorrow more on various other psychological aspects. We need to study more about what actually the health is and how yoga helps us to get the holistic health, what stress is, how can we combat the menace of stress, the stress management through yoga. And again, if you light on the Hatha Yoga, all those we need to see. Thanks to Ankit, who is here, gave me a nice head massage. I was telling my head was little aching because of the coolness of the chillness of the AC and all. Gave me a good massage. Probably the oil is getting into my eyes, so I'm not able to keep my eyes open, and I'm feeling probably a little drowsy also. And therefore, you are released as of now for now.